Ladies and gentlemen, American cheer and Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. If you've never tuned in before, what I do on my show is a quick rapid fire of the national political news of the day. And guess what? Today we got a lot of Trump. Trump versus Cohen's going on in court, and Cohen is getting destroyed. And I found great interest that Laura Ingraham said she went to court yesterday. And Laura Ingram's a lawyer. She went to court yesterday and she said, based upon jury reaction, she thinks there's 2 to 4 men that are going to vote for acquittal. Now, let me just tell you something. Jurors sometimes can be really stoic, but sometimes you see jurors nod their head, whatever. Our first Durrani trial, after a long exodus that we won, there was a union representative in the front row, a young man sitting closest to us in the jury box. And he was the most animated juror I have ever seen. Every time we made a point, he would do something like this. Exactly. In other words, he would exactly. In other words, and of course we won. Sometimes it could be deceiving, but my guess is Cohen and Stormy are such trash. There's got to be somebody on that jury that says, you know what, this is pretty unfair. I don't even like the president, but this is BS. That's what's going to happen. Trump, relative to Noam, he gave her a life preserver yesterday by saying, we all have bad days, bad weeks. You know, good for him. Trump is talking about the Chinese army that's being formed in this country, and I believe him. It's unbelievable. They're trying to destroy us from within. And good old Joe Biden's been letting them. Trump says on day one he will stop this transgender BS special protection. He says on day one he will stop the offshore wind, folks. Can you imagine the environmentalists on the East Coast that are like, this is the only issue they care about, that are going to vote for him now? Hell, he might win New York and New Jersey. All right, Trump, he says he'd like to see an Iron Dome. Remember Star Wars? This is smart thinking. And you know what? Israel's obviously a lot smaller, so it would take something much bigger. But I'm all for an Iron Dome. All right, Brad Knott won the special election in North Carolina. The FBI, Trump endorsed him. FBI has lied again. They're busted claiming they didn't do anything in retaliation to the whistleblowers. They did. All right, U.S. wholesale inflation went way up. This is inflation between businesses. Not good. Illegals are all good swimmers. According to Mayor Adams in New York, they can be lifeguards. Can you imagine if a Republican said something like this, what the media would do? Why are they good swimmers? Because they swam across the Rio Grande that you can wade across? See, he got it wrong, too. By the way, I want this to be a cut. I mean, the Rio Grande, you're going to walk over. He's thinking they swam. Now listen, I'm not using this in a derogatory manner, okay? But I'm shocked he didn't use the W word. You know what they call that derogatory words towards Mexicans? Begins with wet because they swam. Terrible. Eric Adams, shame on you. Israel says Hamas is lied about the death toll. It's not been 30,000 civilians. They say they've killed 14,000 Hamas, and they acknowledge that there might have been about 10 to 14,000 civilian deaths, which they regret. But who started the war? Hamas. Jim Justice won the Republican primary for West Virginia, and he's likely to be the next United States Senator. This is Manchin's seat, which he did not seek. Trump won Nebraska primary last night. This ought to scare the hell out of you. 50% of loans in America these days are being denied. Folks, we're headed to something bad. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Do not be a beggarly, half-faced varlet, as chosen by Jamie Spinley. And if you're wondering, I've beat him 2 straight in chess. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. I had to say that. Have a great day.